including bus stops in there. And I was on the steering committee for that project, and I know that we had included NCTS as a stakeholder. So I just wanted to know, did someone from the village contact you guys? I mean, did you know that? Because in our documentation it says you were contacted, but I just want to check with you because we just spent some money to create bus stops. It would have been great to know.
Yes,
you know.
well, right, that was, there was a little bit of a, I would say, on our end, to be honest, a little bit of the left hand didn't know what the right hand was doing. I literally spoke with the fellow that was working with I forget the name of the person from the village at the time, but, so, right, I mean, we certainly are greatly and sincerely appreciative of the village and all the investments that you make to make bus usage more convenient, not only for bus riders, but also for pedestrians. That's how you get to the bus, you walk on the sidewalk and so on. So, in retrospect, I think if that was sort of more at the forefront of my mind, maybe there would have been a different recommendation, to be honest.
But I just wanted to make sure that you were contacted and that you did.
Yeah, we were contacted. I mean, not me personally.
Yeah.
There were other departments. Since that happened, we certainly had communications in a more direct manner that we need to, the planners need to be more included in these sort of discussions we're having. So we'll be good going forward. But at that time, that was a bit loose. So. Sure.
If I might just interject, it's one of the things that I actually spoke with Mr. Winter about, and so he has advised me that moving forward, he's going to talk to his staff about a better process that we could work through with them to ensure that we were getting communication from the whole span of their staff.
Right. Yeah, no, exactly, and that's critical for us. It becomes a real challenge just given it's not only villages for us, it's MMSD, it's the energies, it's a variety of other utilities that that can affect service. So a bit of a lot of balls to juggle, as it were. But no, we want to make that correct in the first place.
You mentioned that senior centers was a part of your decision in leaving or modifying the line of service. So I guess there are two senior living centers right at the kind of intersection of Wilson and Capitol, and so I guess is that thought that those riders from those two relatively new facilities would not use that particular line along Wilson, or I'm sure you guys know that it's relatively.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about that facility on Capitol Drive.
So there's Harbor Chase that's on Capitol, and then just right behind there is the Oaks, which is a new senior apartment complex.
Right. Yeah, and I think having that information, is more useful. We have worked a lot with SewerPAC and Southeast Wisconsin Planning Commission. They provided us with a lot of those sort of details, also major job centers and so forth and so on. So, we do rely on that. Thankfully, there is good service along Capitol Drive with the red line that is a high-frequency route. Sometimes with certain senior centers, the rush isn't there what you might otherwise think. So that's kind of how we look at it in terms of changes to service. There are other segments like along in the county where we are proposing not to have service, like on South 68th Street, North Port Washington Road, and under the more advanced plan. So, feedback is we want the feedback. We need that. But again, we also have to sort of balance that with the challenges of the budget and how do we create that high frequency that people tell us that they want.
And to also,
Does that answer your question? Or?
I think, yeah. And then is there an option of, because we are sort of on the one side there's that sort of park and there's not a lot of options, but is there a possibility of consolidating stops and leaving the route and having fewer stops along Wilson, that then you wouldn't have, to a customer's point, as far potentially to go all the way to Oakland?
That could help a little bit, but since you still need a driver to have be in that vehicle to provide a suitable frequency, You don't save as much as you might otherwise think just because of pulling out some bus stops. I think if we did, in the final plan, say, keep the service as is, you probably still would want to look at pulling out some stops that are like maybe only one short block, where the bus is barely accelerating before it's decelerating, or to get to the next stop, and then you're kind of, it's one of those things where it's access versus speed. It's one of those pendulum things where you can only provide so much speed if you limit access, but if you limit access, if you go big on access, your speed reduces. If you go big on speed, your access is less. And what's that fine line between making it well for everybody?
Trustee Warren.
So first of all, I want to make clear, I really appreciate you coming here and showing us this presentation. I think the communication piece is really important.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess my question would be, is as we think about this going forward, you've asked for our feedback. I think there's a lot of sentiment within the community that we'd like to retain at least some of the stops on Route 14, if not all of them.
Sure.
How do people kind of give voice to those concerns?
Mm-hmm.
I think you've heard some from the board here, but is there an ongoing process by which you'll take recommendations? What's the next step there?
Yeah, there's two ways. One is, clearly I'll take back your comments. That's the most direct way. But on the website, there's actually two ways. One is just basically, a place where you can enter your comments. We also have a live map that shows you you can zoom in and see where the bus stops are proposed to be. But you can also add a comment on that map to say, list your name, your email, your zip code is helpful, and then put in your comment. So really the website is the best place to go. I would say thus far we probably have about 300 comments since we've only been, and we want to begun really the active outreach phase for the last month or so. So it's good, but that's the place to go to.
So could we include that in our village manager's memo? Would that be appropriate?
Sure. Oh, totally.
Last week Thursday, we provided a direct link to the site and how to provide comments. We can definitely provide it again in the follow this week.
That's great. Are there any other trustee comments other than that? If there aren't, I'll open it to the floor. Anyone else, trustees? Okay, thank you. Members of the public, thank you for joining us tonight. If anybody has comments, if you could come to the front microphone and say your name and your address for our records, then you can ask your question.
Hi, thank you for coming. My name is Cleona Draper and my address is 4442 North Sheffield Avenue. And I'm here because I use the number 14 to commute to work. I take it on Kensington and Wilson all the way up to Marquette, and I do it mostly in the winter months. And I guess one of my questions is, clearly thinning the stops doesn't bring you what you're looking for in terms of budgetary returns, but are there other ways to kind of look at it? Maybe are there peak times that the bus could be run at rather than all day long that would service people who are commuting? And then my other question is, I actually heard you speak already at Marquette, and that's how I became aware of this. But I'm curious, have you also gone to the other places that are on our route, like US Bank presentations there, or Northwestern Mutual? Because there are an awful lot of people from both of those areas that take the bus with us. And so that's one question. And the other thing is, I realized as well later on, after the last presentation, that the route is also being changed downtown. So that, in fact, anybody going to Marquette would really have quite a hike getting to work from Shorewood. So those are my concerns.
So the first question was, can you sort of reduce the cost by not running as late perhaps, or,
Yeah.
and that's possible. You could start it later, you could end it earlier, as it were. The challenge there is, that it becomes somewhat, well, when is the bus going to be there? Is it going to be there at 9 o'clock? But oh, it's too late, it's stopped at 8 o'clock. So you kind of run into that situation where, unfortunately, transit systems are notorious at doing, where we do things according to how we think they should be done and not what the public needs. So it's kind of good to have it there, all the time. So it's like, yes, it's on Monica all day, all night. But I understand your point. You know, like I say, from our standpoint, we have a whole, right, there's 1.3 million hours of bus service that are run annually. And how we allocate them is the key. And so it's certainly feasible to look at reinstating this service when the day finally comes in 2020. But we also need to balance that with where else might we not be able to provide something that somebody on the south side or west side, what have you. So, that'll be the challenge, but the other question was as far as, in downtown, we haven't yet done as much outreach to the business community, but that's something also that's on our list. Actually, I just recalled, there is a meeting Thursday with the downtown business owners, kind of more related to the bus rapid transit project.
Oh, okay.
But that will probably be a good opportunity to bring up, invite ourselves, as it were,
Yeah.
to some of these other meetings that are coming up.
Yeah.
So, I think those were the two questions.
Yes.
The third was the service will stop.
Oh, and it'll also
Oh,
end,
oh.
I mean, you're also redirecting.
Right.
It seemed like it's being redirected down Mitchell Street and going to 6th and then looping off rather than going up Wisconsin the way it currently goes.
Right, and part of that does tie to that was the third thing. Part of that relates to the East-West Bus Rapid Transit Project.
Yeah.
So there'll be bus lanes in segments of Wisconsin Avenue. So that becomes kind of I'm not sure if people are familiar with that project as much, it's kind of been in the background. Much higher level of bus service, very wide spacing, even more frequent than anything that we have today. You pay off the bus, and the bus shows up, you walk on the bus, sit down, you don't interact with the driver in that sense. So, we want that corridor to be kind of for Route 30, for the BRT, and the 14, we were looking at shifting it to Kilbourne to 6th, to Clybourne to 16th. Otherwise, we sort of create more congestion along the avenue, which then can back up the BRT, back up the 30. That's still an evolving process. The BRT is moving forward, thankfully, but right, there are some other routing changes to sort of speed through.
And is the BRT route then kind of fixed downtown? I mean, when you look at the map, it was really interesting. It's like the lakefront wasn't being served, which was really interesting. Like, it wasn't going by the usual places near the museums, and that kind of surprised me.
It will be going at least to the to Michigan and Lincoln Memorial Drive, so pretty close
Okay.
to the lakefront.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Margaret Gould, and I live at 4432 North Woodruff. And I'm here with my mother, Carol Gould, who lives upstairs, 4434 North Woodruff. And she bought that house, or that duplex, in 1981 because she is sight impaired and needs that bus line. And she's managed, all these years using that bus, and to this day, she still uses it to go up to St. Monica's, which is also served by the 15. But, you could look at what traffic goes up Wilson and Santa Monica, up to even that parish, they might have a concern in this. And also she uses it, she's independent and gets around and can take care of herself. We're there, if the weather's bad and other things, there more. But she doesn't need to be limited, just, and rely on other people for rides to get places. And that whole street, Wilson, is full of people, that live in apartments. And, you say the ridership's down, but just seems there'd be a lot of use there. I believe Oakland probably has a lot of usage too, just because it does. But anyway, and that also is along the park, so you only have one side where the people are coming from. But I use that bus once in a while, and my second point is we have ELS students staying with us who go to a school, ELS school on 18th Street, and they cooperate with Marquette, they have Marquette IDs, and they use that bus every day, 12 months of the year. And that's a substantial amount of income that we are able to do. But between the two of us, my mother gets to stay engaged with young, international students. Currently, we have a Japanese student who's 18, and we had a Saudi kid who just left Saturday, and he's 21. And it's a brilliant experience for both her and me and my children. And I have 6 kids, and 2 left at home now. But anyway, just through the years, it's just been really eye-opening, and just, it's enriched our family. And they pay a decent amount of money that pays all our taxes and our water bill, and, a little bit more than that. So, it matters a lot, that bus service, so.
Just make a comment. When they were fixing up, and redirecting the traffic, during the Wilson part of it, I had to walk probably 15 minutes to get onto a bus. And the green line really doesn't